Hi everybody, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel, and I really thank you for coming to spend some time with me today. I thought that today I would do a kind of a chatty get ready with me. It's Sunday here, it's a very chill day, so I want a very sort of low-key natural makeup look, and I thought while I was doing that I might just tell you a little bit more, because some of you are interested in about my trip to New York to see my oldest daughter, but with bringing with me my middle daughter, and just tell you a little bit about what we did while we were there. So to start, I have prepped my skin. I've put on all my skincare and my sunscreen, even though today it's very, very kind of changeable weather. We've had a lot of rain. It's very cloudy. It's still kind of warm, but the sun is not out. Also, I'm sitting in a slightly different location. As you can see, I've got my wardrobes behind me and I'm playing around a little with lighting. So normally I sit with the window in front of me, but I just thought I'd try something different today, because if I want to do get ready with me, I have everything here. I'll just turn the camera so you can see I'm at my vanity table. But just to give you a little bit of info, we're in the middle of renovating our bedroom, which I am ashamed to say hasn't been done in so many years. I mean, we've painted it and all of that sort of stuff, but it hasn't had a proper, it hasn't been properly renovated in quite a few years. So at the moment I have no carpet. I have my wooden floors and my old wardrobes. We're getting rid of those and getting a built-in chest of drawers and new lockers, bedside lockers and headboard and so on. So it's kind of, we're in the middle of everything. The paint work has been done, and we've had some insulation work to be done. That's been done as well, and hopefully by next weekend it should look a little bit more pulled together. So anyway, let's get started. I'm just going to pin my hair back. If I can find, I had a clip. Actually, I had two, and now they're both gone. That's just typical of me. Oh, there it is. Okay, and I have my mirror in front of me, so if I'm looking down or to the side, you'll know why. Oops. So as I say, I have all my skincare done. I'm just going to clip my hair back there and tuck in at the sides. So I know there's a shadow behind me. I hope that's not going to bother you too much. And my chair is very creaky as well. So I'm going to start off with my Catrice camouflage cream for, cancelling out my under eye shadow. I've been using this for quite a while, and I would imagine any camouflage cream will do the same thing. This just happens to be the one I have at the moment. I might try another one when I'm done, but this is the one I'm using at the moment, so I'm just popping that under my eyes. So anyway, to talk to you a little bit about my trip to New York. It was a surprise. My husband surprised me with the trip, because I kept saying all along, no, I'm not going to go, it's fine, she's working over there, and I don't want to interrupt. But she was saying to me a lot, Mom, are you going to come and visit? I'd love you to come over. And I'd never been to New York, so anyway, my husband surprised me with the trip. So that took, am I going, am I not? That took that out of it, and I was going, and that was it. So we travelled on July 20th in the afternoon, so we were Irish time, and we got there at, I think it was 7 o'clock New York time. I'm just getting a sponge. So I didn't realise when you come through from, come out of the arrivals gate in the States, in New York, in JFK, that you haven't claimed your baggage at that stage. So you literally come out, and there you're being somebody's waiting to pick you up, or you're out of, you're through arrivals. So I wasn't expecting to see my daughter so soon, because in Dublin you get off the plane and you go through passport and whatever you have to go through, and then you go to baggage reclaim, and then you go out to be greeted by whoever's waiting for you. So I wasn't expecting to see my daughter as quickly as I did. So suddenly she was upon me, and of course we were all in tears, because I haven't seen her in 7 months, and it was quite emotional. And now using my, I put on, my concealer, which is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer in Fair. So So that's it there. And I'm now going to put on my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Just put the lid back on. And it is in the colour Nude. So there it is. And there's the colour. This was like a deluxe travel size that I bought when I was in Sephora, and there's, for me actually, there's plenty in it because I tend to get bored. There's a fluid ounce in it, so it's quite a good size, and that's the colour there. So I'm going to pop that on. I've really been enjoying this for a light makeup look. So anyway, there was Megan, and we were quite emotional, obviously, and it was very exciting. And of course the heat hit us because we had left sort of maybe 20 degrees here in Dublin, and it was at 7 o'clock in the evening. It was 36 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. But it was hot and like 90 degrees, 90% humidity. So, oh my, now we were prepared for it insofar as I dressed in appropriate clothes. So they were nice and light, and we got the Airbus, the air train and a subway into New York City and to her apartment. And we were chatting away and just very excited to be there, and we chilled out for a while. We were kind of tired, but I was kind of on... At that stage it would have been, got to her apartment at about 9 o'clock, so that would have been like 2 in the morning here, but I wasn't tired. I was tired, but I wasn't, if that makes sense. So we stayed that night in her apartment, and the next morning we went and checked in at our hotel. And because it wouldn't have been fair, she's sharing with 2 other girls, and it's not a very big apartment, so it wouldn't have been fair to be on top of them for 5 days. Not that they would have minded, they would have enjoyed it, but as well, it was kind of a holiday, so it would have been nice to have, you know, a little bit of luxury. Pardon me, I'm showing straps. Now I'm going to just set that, because I do find I need to set it a little bit just to give me a little bit more coverage. It's a very light coverage, as you can see. It's just a tinted moisturiser, so it just evens things out. It's very light, and I'm now going to fix it with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light Plus. As you can see, it's well loved. Can I turn that? There it is, Light Plus. And I've been enjoying this. I just put it on with, it's an old Bare Minerals brush. So I'm just going to dust that over. So anyway, on the Friday we settled into the hotel, had a little chill out, and then we walked down to Central Park because we were close enough to Central Park. And of course I spent a lot of my time like this, looking up and spotting places that I've seen on TV or in movies or whatever. So, and she did tell me, you'll be doing that a lot. So that was really lovely. We went into Central Park and we hired a boat. We rowed the boat. I rowed the boat, and I will pat myself on the back and say quite proficiently. Megan did most of it, and she's really, really good at it. Olivia had a go. It didn't really work out, but you know, it was such fun, and it was very, very hot. And we had lots of sunscreen on because, I mean, we're very fair. I'm fair, but Megan is so fair. She is just milk white, and she burns. She doesn't tan. I would kind of go, I'm not going to say tan, but I would, you know, I'd get a weathered look to my skin. And Olivia has slightly more sallow skin, so she'd probably tan a little bit more. But we were just being really, really careful because I didn't want to burn. So we had spray sunscreen, which was brilliant. It was La Roche-Posay. I'm just using a very small brush to, have I the wrong colour out? Yes, I do. I'm just going to swap my blush, because I have my little clear, they're not clear cubes, they're those plastic drawers. So I'm just going to switch because I want to use MAC Harmony as contour. So that's MAC Harmony. The name has worn off it, but oops, sorry, that's the light catching it. That's it there. So it's kind of, it's actually picking up more peachy, but it's actually quite brown. It's a mocha colour. And I like to use that as a contour. So we then went to the boathouse, which was made famous in Sex and the City, where Carrie and Big met to have a drink, and they both fell into the lake in Central Park. So we went and had a drink there, which was lovely, and we were trying to sit underneath, you know, in the shade of the umbrellas, which was very hard to do because everybody was trying to do the same thing because it was really, really hot. So that was really, really nice. And then we strolled back through Central Park, and I bought some beautiful pictures. There's lots of sort of vendors and you know, selling different things. They're usually kind of pictures, you know, little prints. And so I bought some. It was like 4 for $5, and I'm going to have them at some stage in my room, or I'm going to try and put them where I'm going to film. What did I get? I got their old Vogue pictures and prints and things like that. So yeah, really happy with those. And I got some from my boys as well. You know, that iconic picture of the workmen really high up on a skyscraper in New York, and they're sitting on a crane or something, sitting out over the city. Well, this was that picture, but one of them had superheroes, the cartoon heroes, and another had minions. So I brought one each to 2 of my boys, so they were delighted with those. Anyway, I'm going to get on with this. I used Harmony as my contour, and this one is Melba. I wonder, will that show up? That's showing up nice and peachy. So I'll tell you what the inspiration for this makeup was a picture of Olivia Palermo on the cover of Hello Fashion Monthly. It's known as HFM, and I'll show you the picture now. Not that I'm probably going to even achieve anything like it, but that's the picture there. And I thought, sorry, I'm trying to avoid the glare of the light. I just thought it's very natural, although I'm sure she has tons of makeup on. It's a very natural look, and that's what I'm kind of inspired by. And I've looked at it kind of closely, and it seems that she has like pink colours, pink and nice taupey brown colours on her eyes, and a very natural blush. Of course, she has those beautiful cheekbones. Anyway, so we went out for dinner that night to a lovely Spanish tapas restaurant, and it was really nice. There was a great atmosphere. It was really late when we were eating. It was like 11 o'clock at night, which would have made it 4 o'clock in the morning Irish time. So yeah, very strange doing that kind of thing. Now I'm going to prime my eyes using my NYX Proof It. You've heard me talk about that a few times. So on the Saturday we were up bright and early, and off we went. We walked the High Line, which is an old railway that kind of is slightly above the city. I'm not sure how far it goes. We didn't walk the whole thing. You can kind of get on and get off it, but it's an old railway that has been, you know, cemented over, and it's made, or there's parts of it maybe that are in wood, and it's got beautiful flowers and trees and things planted along it. So you're up, I don't know how high up, maybe, I don't know, 100 feet up, and you can have nice views of the city, but you're not right up, say, the top of the Empire State or something like that. It's nothing like that. But it's a very pretty walk, and it's somewhat shaded because there's lots of trees and greenery and so on. So that was lovely. And then we came upon, I think it was Chelsea Market. I'm pretty sure it was Chelsea Market. I'll just let that sit for a minute. I'll do my brows, and this is the NYX eyebrow pencil. So it's kind of, it's the thickish one. It's not a little pencil, it's slightly thick. I think it's in the colour taupe, and it has a little brush on the end. So I'm going to use my small mirror to do this because I need to have a good view. I'm not good at doing my brows. So we went into Chelsea Market, and we had a good look around there, found some lovely shops, had a look around, of course had a coffee. And since I've been to New York, I have developed an absolute longing for iced caramel lattes, and the nicest ones were from Dunkin' Donuts. We used to have those every day, and I used to say, it's really hot, girls, let's go and get an iced caramel latte. So really enjoyed those. So we had our coffees going around, and then we went from there to where did we go? I think we went from there to Greenwich Village, and that's where Carrie Bradshaw's apartment is in Sex and the City, and it's on Perry Street. And Greenwich, if you haven't been there, is a very quiet residential area. You know, New York is very noisy and full of hustle and bustle, and you go out not too far away into Greenwich Village, and it's lovely and quiet. And the streets are quite different. They're all the old brownstones, and you're walking along, and suddenly you come across a shop, and it's Dior, or it's Chanel, or the Bond No. 9 store, which is what we came upon. We also found the Magnolia Bakery, which again was featured in Sex and the City, and I think I showed that I mentioned it. I know I did a short little vlog when we were on Perry Street, and the apartment is just as it is in the TV series. Obviously you don't see inside it, but just to stand outside. And it was funny because there were other tourists there and we weren't sure which one, because it's not actually marked. We weren't sure which apartment was the correct one, and we were looking at one because some of them have, chains to rail them off and the signs up not to disturb the residents. And there was other tourists there. I think they were Austrian or something like that, and two men, and they were obviously with their wives, and he said, why are you looking at this, is it famous? And I said, oh yeah, it's from Sex and the City. And he spoke in his whatever language it was, and explained what the apartment was, and they went on their merry way. And then we realised that wasn't the one, it was the one next to it. So I felt sorry about that. So that's my eyebrows done. I'm not good at doing eyebrows, but that'll do. Now that primer will have set, so I'm going to use my Tartelette palette because there's some nice pinky tones in this. I'll try not to blind you. There's some nice pinky and taupey tones in this, so I'll probably go with possibly these tones here, these ones here, a little mix of the middle row. So that was Carrie's apartment. Yes, then we found the Magnolia Bakery and Bond Number 9. The Bond Number 9 store is amazing. It's very small. It's just full of perfume bottles. All the bottles are like works of art. It's just so pretty. And I'm watching my time at 16 minutes. Okay, I'm going to put on Caregiver, which is, no, actually I'm not. I'm going to put on Supermom, which is this one here as a kind of a base, just to a neutral colour first. And I'm using my MAC 21, I think it's 219. It's a fluffy brush. Anyway, into the Bond Number 9 store, and they were very kind, and they gave us some samples, and the samples are like, they're small, but you'll get a good few days, I think. Oh, this is slightly, whatever colour I used last is still on it. So that was Greenwich Village, and then we went to the 9/11 memorial site, which was a very humbling experience. It's unusual insofar, to me, it's unusual insofar as you just suddenly come upon it, and you just feel, it's just very humbling. It's very quiet. You can hear birds singing. You don't take photographs of, you don't take selfies. You don't take pictures of the people you're with. You can take pictures of the site itself. It's just out of respect. And I did a little video from my son. He was very interested in it, and the names are all engraved. And what struck me very much was that I didn't even have to look for Irish names. They just were there. There were so many Irish names. I'm sure they're not native Irish, but just some of them were obviously, but just a lot of Irish names. It was just so humbling and so peaceful. And I just, I remember watching on TV that day when it happened, and to stand there and to feel for the people that lost their lives was just incredible. So of course the Freedom Tower is there, and there's they're building another tower as well, but there's a shopping mall which is built underground, so the outside of it looks, it's a piece of modern art. It looks like a dove, so it's all white, and when you go inside it's all white. Beautiful, lovely and cool as well, because it was such a hot day. And in there we came upon the Kiko store. So the girls, of course, were delighted. Well, I was as well, actually. I was quite tired at that stage, so I was like, okay, you go look, I'm going to sit here and relax for a bit. So okay, I'm going to go in now with Caregiver, which is the pink one. This one here. This one here. And so I sat for a little while and gathered my thoughts, because I was a little bit overwhelmed and I wanted to buy a lot of stuff, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted to buy, so, which happens to me a lot. I get so excited, and then when I get there I don't know what to do. So we spent quite a while, and all I bought was a mascara and a kind of a lip balm, but it has a colour, and I think I showed it in my New York haul, and I've been using that quite a lot because it's really comfy on the lips, and it does give a little bit of colour. So there's Caregiver. That's a sort of a pinky colour on my lids. And then I'm going to go in with this one here, which is called Natural Beauty. This one here, Natural Beauty, which is a kind of a taupey colour, and I'm going to use, I have a number 7 brush, which seems to have disappeared. I wonder where it might be. I wonder. Okay, I'm going to use an Eco Tools brush. It's just it's quite a dense brush. It's slightly tapered, and I'm going to go in with Natural Beauty. Wonder where my brush is. So I'm going to go along my socket line there, just very softly. So we did a little bit of shopping there, and we also hit Victoria's Secret, which we had visited briefly on the Friday, which I forgot to mention. My daughter Olivia bought quite a lot of stuff there. So I had looked on the Friday as well, but I just didn't know what I wanted. So this one, I don't know, I was just in a different frame of mind. I did buy, so I bought the bralettes and I bought the panties and the little makeup case. And what else? Did I buy something else? I must have bought something else. Anyway, if you spent, they always seem to have deals on. I mean, the panties were $5 for $28. And then if you spent $75 or more, you got a tote bag, which we both got the same tote bag. But that was maybe one of several visits. So, okay, so that's, I'm only just going to go in with those two, and then I'm going to highlight with Supermom. No, yeah, I'll go back in with Supermom, which is the one I used initially. This one here, it's just a light colour. Just going to put that on my brow bone. If you hear voices in the background, yeah, I hear my daughter coming in. You'll probably hear voices now. Oh my goodness, 21. Okay, I'm going to speed this up. So we went out for dinner. What else did we do? Oh no, then that night, that afternoon, we walked the Brooklyn Bridge as well. And at that stage I was like, okay girls, you're going to have to carry me home. But I was fine. I actually was fine in the end. But I really did think it was so hot, and it was, oh, I was so tired. I thought my legs were going to seize up. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Sephora eyeliner, and it is in just, I think it's, what colour? Does it say? It's just, oh, Tiramisu. Don't know if you'll be able to read that. Will it focus there? Just about. I don't know if it's focusing, but it's Tiramisu, it's brown. So it's a, you sharpen it, it's a nice soft colour. So I'm going to go into the root of the lashes. I don't necessarily line the waterline. I just want to give a natural daytime look. So after the Brooklyn Bridge, we went back to the hotel and I got into the bath and soaked because my legs were so tired because we were going out for dinner, and I just thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to go out for dinner. So into the bath, and I was grand then. So then we went out to dinner. I can't remember what the name of the restaurant was. It was a French restaurant and very enjoyable. And then Sunday, my daughter had booked for myself and Olivia and my other daughter to have her makeup done in Sephora. We were in 2 different Sephoras. So that was on Times Square, and that was fun. Although the girl who did my makeup, she was a lovely girl. She did a lovely job, and I did vlog a little bit, but I didn't post it because the makeup didn't show on camera. It just didn't. I had said to her, I'd like a natural look, and I want you to bring out my eyes. And I think she took the word natural too literally, and to me, it didn't really look like I had makeup on really very much at all. But she did use that Tarteless palette, so something like what I've done, not unlike it. And she used, she did use Fresh Cosmetics, and I fell in love with them, but they're very expensive, so I don't know if I'd be buying them. I'm just going to pause for a second. Sorry, that was just my daughter. She didn't realise I was filming. So I'm going to just very gently line my bottom lid as well, just very softly. And you can see I've done a slight little wing. But anyway, I just felt that I wasn't going to post that video because it didn't look great. So, okay, that's my liner done, and now I'm going to go in with, I purchased 2 mascaras. This is the Kiko one, and it's the Unforgettable mascara. It's the one my daughter said she uses it, so that's why I bought it. And it's a lovely one. It's a curved brush. It's very nice and very easy to use. So I'll get right into the base. Just hope I don't poke myself, which is something I do very often. So anyway, we got our makeup done, then we spent about an hour and a half strolling around Sephora and picking things up, and I showed you in one of my last videos what I bought. I thought I was going to buy tons more than I actually did, but again, I was overwhelmed. And now I'm thinking of, oh, why didn't I get that, and why didn't I get this and that and the other. Anyway, I am very happy with what I bought. And I mean, you could literally spend a fortune. You literally could. So we went from there to see the musical Chicago in one of the theatres on Broadway. So that was amazing. It was a matinee, so it was absolutely amazing. Really, really enjoyed it. The performers were something else. Such energy, and we had really good seats, and the theatres are just so lovely. They're old theatres, and it's hard to believe that those shows have been, that particular show has been running in that particular theatre for such a long time. So that was really exciting. And my eldest daughter Megan, is a musical fanatic. She loves the musicals, and in fact the two girls really want to see Hamilton, but the prices of the tickets were just phenomenal. So that was out of the question. We weren't going to get to see that, and even Wicked, that's one of my favourites as well. The prices of those tickets were phenomenal. So anyway, there are times when you go down to a particular part of Times Square, I think, where you can get tickets for very good value, or she has websites that she uses because she's constantly going to see different musicals. She has a corkboard in her bedroom, and it's full of the the tickets and the playbills that of the musicals she's been to see. So that was exciting. And then we went, what did we do then? I think we went, we went out for dinner that night. We found a beautiful pizzeria in the Italian Quarter. And this is the CoverGirl Lash Blast, and it is, isn't it? Yes, it is. And there it is. And I picked up the waterproof, so I really like this as well. So I'm going to layer that with the Kiko. And I'm watching my time, I'm on 27. Oh gosh. Anyway, that night we went for pizza, and myself and my middle daughter Olivia are both wheat intolerant, so it's difficult. It can be difficult when we go to eat out. But the pizza bases in this particular one, it was called Emporio. They were wheat free or wheat and gluten free. So you see, we can both eat gluten, but we can't eat wheat. So it's not an allergy, it's a sensitivity, but I would be quite unwell if I ate wheat. So very often when we eat wheat-free bases or gluten-free bases, they're not very nice. They're like biscuit, and that goes for here as well. But these were gorgeous, and they were huge. They were huge pizzas. We ended up taking half pizza home each. Now, I haven't really decided what colour lip I'm going to do. I'm just going to look back at the picture of Olivia. She has kind of pinky. So I might go with MAC. Let me see. Just bring my lipsticks over. This is just a selection of them. If I can find MAC, maybe MAC syrup might be good. I'm actually going to mix Snob and syrup. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to line my lips with Rimmel East End Snob. Now, if I can find the name of it, there it is. And I'm going to speed up a bit. There we go. So that was Sunday. Monday was our shopping. Actually, Monday we went to see The View being filmed. That was very exciting. Whoopi Goldberg was the host, and Rob Lowe was the guest, and his sons. He's promoting his new TV series, The Lowe Files. So that was very exciting. I'm a big Rob Lowe fan, so I did go a little bit crazy. Now I'm going to start with Snob. Actually, that might be sufficient. That's Snob. She's got a pinky. Yes, I might just put a gloss over it. After that, we went to have brunch, and then we had our shopping, for souvenirs and things. And did we go out to eat that night? No, we went back to Megan's apartment and ate there. I might just tone that down. It's a little bit pinky for me, so I'm going to go over with syrup I might tone it down a little bit. Oh my god, I'm on 30. I think that might be a little bit too pink. Put a little bit of blankety. I think that's blankety. It's very hard. I don't have my glasses. That's a bit better. It's a bit more along the lines. So that was a mixture of Snob, syrup and blankety. So we did our souvenir shopping, ate in Megan's apartment. Tuesday felt a bit funny because we knew we were going to be saying goodbye, and that was hard. So we went to, where did we go Tuesday morning? Gosh, I can't remember what we did Tuesday morning. I think we just kind of took it easy, and then we went to have lunch in Bryant Park. Then we had wanted to go and see the Empire State, but, or not the Empire State, but the Statue of Liberty, but the tickets were all sold. You have to book them in advance, and then it was too late. We went to get the Staten Island ferry, and it was we were a bit tight for time because we needed to be at the airport for 7. So we had a drink in one of the bars along, looking over the bay, and we could see Lady Liberty, which was very exciting. And then we went back, collected our cases, and off we went. And saying goodbye was very difficult. Even though I know she'll be home in a few months, it's just very difficult leaving her. Leaving your daughter, it's one thing, it's funny, one thing leaving her to the airport here and then coming home and having your own, you know, the rest of the family around. But it's another thing leaving her in a different country and having to make that journey home, and I was dreading it. But I was tired, so we were actually flying overnight. So there's my hair, and zhuzh it up a little bit. We were flying overnight, so we arrived back into Dublin we actually made good time. It was 5 hours and 5.5 hours as opposed to 6 hours 40 minutes going over there. And we arrived back into Dublin at about 8 in the morning, and of course the rest of the family were there to greet us, and we were home, and that was it. So it was a magical trip. Really, really enjoyed it. I fell a little bit in love with New York, and I definitely will be back. Yeah, so we're back to normal again. So I hope you like that look. I don't know if it looks anything like Miss Palermo. Let's see if I can bend the picture. There she is. Similar eye colours. Really love that lash blast. Really do. I don't know what I'm going to do when the 3 months is up. So hope you enjoyed that, and I will hopefully talk to you very soon in the next video. So have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.